government over this. So what can we be doing here that influences the state and government around this issue? There was a hand. Nope. Yep.
So we don't have any hope from our court system? Can we file anything?
For the court system, the court has, the chiefs have said they can file an appeal, but by the time that appeal makes its way through the court, the pipeline will be installed.
Totally.
So no, there are no other ways that we can legitimately pursue this through the state via like courts or anything like that. We're at this point where they've made their decisions, they've reaffirmed their decisions, and it's up to us. Yep.
I've had an idea, and I want to see what you think about it, Trish, and what other people think of it.
So I just want to stick to like this thing.
It is the state. It's
Okay.
taking these two signs to your MP and saying, which one will you take a picture with me of? I uphold UNDRIP or I acquiesce in the RCMP blockade.
Okay.
And so to go to everybody's MP and say, like,
I would
which side
encourage
are you on, basically?
folks, so there's going to be a series of questions in a bit that sort of like guide you through measuring the impact of an action and recognizing like the current urgency of the situation, and just like we can do that. We can go to MPP or MP's offices and be like, choose a side, but also we need to be asking what are we looking for in that? Are they likely to just use it as a PR opportunity? Is it likely to actually impact the situation? And if not, why are we putting energy and burnout energy into that? But that list of questions is soon. Yeah.
You mentioned earlier that like Southern Ontario especially is, there's a lot of industry concentrated here and many potential choke points, and I think if like what happened with the rolling blockade on the highway earlier this week, what might happen, you know, to block major bridges between the U.S. and Canada, or railroads, whatever that's really important for very like high profit industries. If any of those are disrupted, I imagine there'll be a lot of pressure on the state from these private companies that depend on those transportation routes to do something to stop this already.
Yep.
Which may then translate to this project in BC being canceled or
Yeah.
delayed.
If we saw that sort of like disruption on a wide scale, which is very much in line with what the chiefs have asked for, with what the camps have asked for, they were very specific, like go after infrastructure, apply pressure via infrastructure, rail, highways, etc. You know, then we realize that affects like industry or the government's bottom dollar, and even more so, it grabs this media attention. So if we look back to reports through like Idle No More, like freedom of information requests, then we like pretty quickly understand that what the government was most afraid of was that movement spreading and coming to this like wide-scale dissent where it was like paralyzing the country. If you look at like rail blockades from like the workers themselves, you know, after 2 days of rail workers being shut down, the state is panicking, you know, and they're starting to like put legislation in place to like make it work again. All of those things that our government and our state, those same thing, are afraid of are points where we can apply pressure to make change. So maybe that thinks about it, or like helps you think about it in that way. Is like, what is the state afraid of? They're actually afraid of like disruption, loss of money, wide-scale dissent, you know. And it doesn't have to be like chaotic, like. It doesn't have to be like riots in the street, but you can have a peaceful rail blockade. You can have peaceful highway blockades. You can do lots of things. I feel like.
I got one more to add.
Yep.
Why not try and rally the province? We're here in Ontario. The capital of Canada is literally Ottawa. If we can rally the province and say, get a few 100,000 people to go there and make a lot of noise, that would turn around and disrupt the entire, well, function of things, really.
Maybe it would, maybe it wouldn't. It's also, you know, are you then catering to, are you then catering to a power? Are you handing over your power, or are you taking power?
Well, see,
So-
I myself, I'm a firm believer that we are the ones that have the power. It's a matter of getting enough people to realize that. If we were to all turn around and say enough is enough, well, hey, guess what?
Yeah.
That'd be enough.
Yeah, I don't think that has to happen in Ottawa. I think that can happen right here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just an idea though.
Yeah. Sorry, technical blah. Soon we'll get on to some of those questions, or I can just ask them, but here's a question.
Do we have like good connections with other cities that are working towards doing like interrupting industry so that we can, like, if Toronto is planning something and they need numbers and people are available, we can be like, okay, we're just sending cars from Hamilton, or hey Toronto, we're doing this, are you coming? Like, do we have good connections between different cities around here?
I think that people in various cities have historical relationships for that kind of thing, and I would not doubt that those are in place.
Because I know, like, I've been involved in things where cars come from other cities, but it seems like it's like people's friends and the same people, and here in this room, there might be people that have come to this that want to start working and having influence on these goals.
Yeah.
And if there are groups like that in Toronto, but like we don't have contact with those groups, we have contact with people we've already brought out to things.
Right, so that might be a good way to start, like, so the mailing list that went around was like, do you want to share your email with Hamilton 350? Do you want to share your email with Wet Sewage and Strong? Do you want to share your email with each other? That, like, each other thing, the idea behind it was just to start a group thread so that people here don't lose touch. It might be a good way to, like, form a group knowing that it's, like, not the most secure thing, to arrange carpools or make connections, or also, like, if you're going to those events and activities, like, making sure you extend, like, those relationships and getting to know people. But I do think that a lot of those relationships do exist in ways.